Well, a new study from Colorado Parks and Wildlife shedding light on just how expensive it can be to conduct search and rescue operations in the backcountry. The report says that CPW responds to about 3,600 calls a year, more than any other state. We also rely heavily on volunteers, utilizing about 2,800. Those volunteers giving a total of 500,000 hours of their time each year, spending on average $1,500 out of their own pockets. A New York zoo has its first penguin chick hatched by a same-sex pair. The New York chick hatched on January 1st to two male Humboldt penguins at the Rosamond Gifford Zoo in Syracuse. The same-sex foster couple are a first for the zoo, which has relied on foster parents to incubate eggs in the past. The zoo has at least two breeding pairs of penguins with a history of inadvertently breaking their fertilized eggs, so to give the eggs a better chance of hatching a chick. Keepers may give the egg to a more successful pair to incubate. The zoo joined the species survival plan for Humboldt penguins in 2005 with the opening of its Penguin Coast exhibit. It has since hatched more than 55 little penguin chicks just like that one. And Australia is going to spend a record $35 million over the next 4 years to protect its koala population. Koalas are a species listed at a risk of extinction. Since 2018, about 30% of Australia's koalas have been lost due to bushfire, drought, and land clearing for development. The country's koala population has also declined due to a recent spread of sexually transmitted diseases, causing infertility, even death. According to the Australian Koala Foundation, there are about 58,000 left in the wild. We'll be right back. A suspect is in custody this morning after attempting to elude a police officer during an initial traffic stop for speeding with a Colorado Springs police officer. Police say Officer Helland was stopping the suspect's vehicle for initially speeding northbound on I-25 late last night. The vehicle started exiting the highway at West Cimarron Street as Officer Helland attempted to make contact with the suspect, but they tried to escape and ended up losing control of the vehicle. Then the suspect's vehicle jumped over the center median on Cimarron, separating east and westbound of the street there. Eventually, the vehicle stopped in the westbound lanes. Shortly after, the suspect was taken into custody. Police say no other vehicles were involved in the incident. In developing news this morning, road crews are actively working to repair a water main break this morning. It happened late last night. Colorado Springs utilities say that North Circle Drive and Galley Road are closed in both directions there, so you're going to want to avoid that. Drivers should be prepared to use an alternate route as you head out the door this morning. Officials are saying the repairs are expected to take up to 12 hours. And you can see here on this map provided by Colorado Springs Utilities, people in the blue outline area may be affected and could experience a water outage or low water pressure as road crews repair the damage. Of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the day as we learn more about the incident. Colorado Springs police are investigating a homicide after a man was found dead inside a home early yesterday morning. They responded to a house in southeast Colorado Springs just before 3:30 a.m. on a report of a shooting. When officers got there, they found a man dead inside the house. The department says everyone who was involved in the incident stayed on the scene and is still in contact with investigators. But so far, no arrests have been made. A controversy is brewing this morning over 3 Falcon High School wrestlers finding out they are disqualified from competing for the rest of the season, one with a scholarship on the line. Their coach and legal guardian at a loss as he tries to fight the decision. KRDO reporter Sydney Stell has the details. Good morning and welcome back. Time right now is 8:09. There are concerns about storm surge and tidal influence along the East Coast after a nor'easter slammed parts of the country. Some coastal areas could see 4 to 8 foot high waves during high tide. ABC's Christine Sloan has more. And with those wind chills on the East Coast, here a little bit of a different story, sunshine and also some good weather to deal with today. Marty, we're sending things over to you for a look on our weather. We've enjoyed a nice weekend.
We have, and I think we will today too. And I think one of the keys is we don't have a lot of wind, which, you know.
Always nice.
Yeah, around here can be hard to avoid. 5
deaths this week, slightly lower than last. Pueblo seeing a higher weekly death toll at 16. Teller County has not had any deaths from the virus for the past 2 weeks. Fremont also recording a higher death toll, seeing 6 more deaths this week compared to last. Those numbers, as state health officials announced, 80% of Coloradans aged 5 and up have received at least one dose of the vaccine. The Department of Health and Environment saying they just updated their data to incorporate numbers from federal agencies like the CDC, who added a tab to capture the vaccine recipients' county of residence instead of just where they got their vaccine. Now, state health officials removing the vaccine requirement for large indoor events in several Colorado counties. The Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment amending the public health order in Denver, Boulder, Arapahoe, and more. The change means that visitors at unseated public indoor events with more than 500 people will no longer need to show proof of vaccination. Good morning and welcome back. Time right now is 8:20. It is looking like a beautiful Colorado Sunday morning with the mountains there, capped in snow. This is a view from Denver International Airport. Marty, a good day to be outside. Hey, maybe you can finally hike the incline. Today's the day.
I don't know that my body is up for hiking the incline today, but yeah, that's something I haven't done yet, which is kind of depressing when you think about it. But
That's good, Marty. Thank you. Here is Jasmine Arenas with your morning sports.
We will be right back.
Australia is finding new ways to support the koalas, what their latest protection plan has in store for its beautiful animals. And inflation is taking a toll on U.S. wages, how it's impacting the economy. Sunday, January 30th, I'm Kerjan Donovan. Good to have you with us this morning. We take you outside. This is a live look from Alamosa. There we go, blue skies, and it looks like it's going to be a nice day today. We're going to toss things over to Marty for a look on our weather. Marty, some sunshine ahead, but we do see some changes coming about Wednesday, right?
Gershon, back to you.
All right, Marty, thank you. And staying in the Steel City, 2 women are now in custody following a fight outside of the Dennis Mays Judicial Building on Friday. The altercation getting so intense, deputies had to deploy tasers and pepper spray to get the control of the situation. The sheriff's office says the fight broke out between family members of a suspect and a victim following a sentencing hearing in a homicide case. Officials say these 2 people were taken into custody after the fight. Both are now in the El Paso County Jail, and one deputy suffered minor injuries in the incident. Kia is recalling more than 410,000 cars in the U.S. because of possible airbag issues. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says airbag computer covers could possibly damage the electrical circuit. That could result in the airbags not being activated in a crash. Owners can contact Kia's customer service line for more information. Drivers can also take their car to their local dealer, which will inspect the airbag control unit and either update the software or replace it at no cost. Welcome back. Tensions continue to build between the U.S., Russia, and Ukraine. Now Ukraine's president downplaying the threat, saying it may be imminent, but it is also constant. The president stressing that he understands the conflict deeply and wants President Biden to know that.
I'm the president of Ukraine. I'm based here, and I think I know the details deeper than any other president. It's important that the president should know the situation from me, not from the intermediaries.
Those comments come just a day after President Biden said that he will move U.S. troops to NATO allies in Eastern Europe and in the near future. 8,500 troops were placed on heightened readiness this week to prepare to deploy if necessary. That includes soldiers at Fort Carson.
Sunday, the